Now, if you're going to buy a Spitfire yourself, there are quite a few things to look at, but the main thing to worry about is rust. These guys are real classic for rusting. And where they rust the most is down here on the chassis. Basically, where the chassis arm comes out here, they rust away, and the whole thing just goes and breaks. That's a bit of a classic. So obviously you're going to be able to tell that if the car's already folded, but make sure that the chassis is very, very sound, and also just follow the rest. Again, always around the seals, around the doors. Check the door drops themselves. If I just pop around the back here, a good way to tell, especially on a convertible car, just look at the door shuts, make sure that they're even width all the way down, because if they're not, if they're tighter up here than they are at the bottom, chances are, again, either the door's sagging or worse still, the whole car is beginning to kind of fold into two. So that's a good thing to check as well. And then of course, basically, like on any car, look at all the inner wings and sort of underneath, under the seals, just make sure there's no obvious rust or even some subtle rust. If you run your hand over any body panel, you can normally feel, you'd be surprised actually how subtle a bump or a dent you can feel, and you can often feel whether somebody's put some filler in. So even if to the naked eye, first glance, it looks fine, you might actually, oh, there's a bit of a lump there, and that gives you a clue that there may be a bit of a problem with filler. And you could always get a little magnet on that and pop a magnet on, and if the magnet doesn't stick, then it's definitely loads of filler. And obviously this one comes with a hardtop roof, which is a really good little thing to get hold of, because in the winter, the soft top is a bit windy, which is a much better thing to look for as well. And again, just check everything. It's kind of like any product, any car really, just check everything for wear and tear. This car has done, I don't know how many thousand miles, so it's going to have lots of bits of wear on it. And so you check for that, especially if I pop around the other side to the driver's seat. And it's the same on almost any car ever. Again, check the steering wheel for wear, check the seat itself for wear, the driver's seat, but also check the floor mats, check under any mats that are in there. In fact, if you can, try and peel the mats up altogether so you can see the floor beneath, because of course that's where you're going to see the real McCoy. You're going to see whether there's loads of rust, holes, or worse still, nothing at all. So worth checking all that as well. And again, of course, the rubbers, although they can be changed, it's quite a good indication how much wear and tear the car has actually seen. So it's just little things like that, and really just get a feel for how the car looks. I mean, another classic, of course, is with the engine bay. If we just pop round further around again. When you're in the engine bay, check the oil, check the fluids, basically find out whether it's any good. The thing to do is actually to smell it, because obviously you can smell if the oil is burnt. And if you don't know what I mean, go down to a scrapyard, go around all the cars there, and keep checking and sniffing the oil. You'll soon work out which ones are clean, which ones are dirty. Another brilliant top tip.